Good morning. It's Stephanie Mikulashek, and this is the Interrupt Your Friday Accountability Dose from She Interrupted. 5 minutes, one idea, one move. Let's go. Here's what I'm thinking about this morning. There was a very rare weekend when I was growing up, around 8 years old or so, that my parents dropped my sister and I off at Aunt Dottie and Uncle Dick's house. Now, Aunt Dottie and Uncle Dick were their very good friends, and they lived up the hill. Well, they also had a family room, and on the wall in that family room were something close to 100 different cuckoo clocks. These cuckoo clocks were beautiful and I loved them. And I would get up Saturday morning and run downstairs and stand in front of the clocks at 8 o'clock and watch them all go off with the little birds coming out and the little figurines. And then I did it again at 9 o'clock. And I was so excited to see all these cuckoo clocks. And then at 10, I looked a little closer at those cuckoo clocks. And guess what I figured out? All the cuckoo clocks had a different time on them. There's a problem. So I ran into the kitchen. Aunt Dottie, the cuckoo clocks are broken. And she looked at me as an Aunt Dottie would, wiped her hands on her apron, took my hand, and we walked into the family room. And she knelt down and she looked up at all those cuckoo clocks and she said, "You see this one over here? That's what time it is in Paris. You see that one over there? That's the time in New Delhi. And over here, that's Tokyo, Japan." And I stood there looking at this, and she said, "Do you know why I have these clocks in all different times?" "No," I said, "I have no idea." "Because, Stephanie, it reminds us that every morning someone is waking up and getting ready for work somewhere in the world, and that there's someone right now who was just dropped off at school, and there's somebody else who just got home from their workday, and there's somebody else who doesn't have a job and they're really feeling sad. And there's somebody else who's making dinner, and there's somebody else who doesn't have food for dinner, and there's others who are putting their little girl to bed. You know what this reminds us?" I shook my head again. "It reminds us that every person, no matter how different they are from us, just like all these cuckoo clocks are different, every person matters. And we need to remember that our job is to ask the question, what can I do today and tomorrow to help people remember that they matter just as much as we do?" My accountability dose for you today, my friends, is I want you to look around you and ask yourself, how am I paying attention to the people around me and reminding them that they matter? How am I talking to that stranger or your server at a restaurant or the barista where you get your coffee or the gas station attendant? What can we do every single day to remind that person that they too matter? That's it. That's your job for today. That's your accountability dose. I will see you next week on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, friends. Take good care.